Hello and welcome back. It is episode number 35 of our Grind for Greatness challenge. My name is Nick and I will be your guide for this episode. We are 35 episodes into this challenge. And in this specific challenge, we start the wrestling world with zero popularity. No company with any popularity, no company with any money, and we have to try and build the wrestling world from the ground up, and we have done very well in that regard, especially building ourselves up. We are the biggest size in the game, 72 in the Southwest, which has been pretty stagnant actually if you take a look at it. We were at 73 last month, had a poor month, dropped a bit of popularity in there. But also we have risen from 58 a year ago, so it has still been very good progress. Every other region has risen by like nearly 20 points or something insane. So we're getting there. Our next goal size-wise is to get to big, which requires 77 popularity at least 5 regions. Those regions are going to be Northwest, Mid-South, and probably Southeast and Midwest. At our current rate, there's a good chance we're another year and a half away. So that's not really a concern as of right now in the save. Instead, our concerns are more on trying to maximize our achievements. There are 204 achievements in this challenge, and we have to get 180 something of them. I think 182 of them or something. And if we do that, we will achieve the challenge as long as we achieve our final special goal of we have to main event a legendary event. So, a maximum momentum event with our player character, who's not great. They have to get a 100 rated match, and the promotion has to be at least big. There's a long time until this happens. We aren't going to mess with that for a while. Instead, challenges we are trying to get to are making a monthly profit above $1 million. Getting 5 million in the bank, which I kind of fumbled because I forgot this was a challenge a few episodes ago. Get 50 people on exclusive contracts. I think we're actually pretty close to that. We're not quite there. We'll be there probably within a year or so. Sign someone to a 10-year contract, which I might do just to tick this off at some point soon. Merchandise is getting there. Become very popular. Debut in the Power 500 at number 1. This is a long time. Like, these are in the future goals. Championship prestige is getting there, but not quite. I think it's at 60 something right now. Get an event to historic. Again, our biggest show of the year is getting there, but it's not 100% there just yet. Same with storyline, heat, and broadcasting deals. We're very close to a lot of them, but if quite a few of them I don't think are in play this episode. What is the goal this episode is 2. We want to get an event card of 85 or higher, which we think we might be able to do to start off the show today. And we want to try and get a match rate of our wrestler of 90 or more. Those are kind of our 2 challenge goals this episode. So that's what we're going to be trying to keep an eye on to try and get there. Of course, this episode will open up with our mid-year Reckoning pay-per-view, which is main evented by Roddy Piper taking on Stan Hansen. Should be a very, very fun match. In our title situation, though, I'll quickly run through it. We have our Great Lakes Championship. This is our mid-card belt. It is currently held by El Hijo del Santo, who puts up a defense against my player character, the Firefly, in our opening pay-per-view. This belt, I think we talked about the last episode, this belt has kind of been, you would argue this belt's, like, main person is, where is he? Samu, who's held for the most total days. I think he'll have the most total defenses combined, the most total defenses. But that is now tied with El Hijo del Santo, who I think has become the new main character of this belt. He's only held it for, actually, I need to go back to that screen because I can't do math that fast. He's only held it for 91 days, which is the same amount of time that it was held by Matt Bourne and Jake Roberts, 2 former wrestlers. If he wins today, he'll be guaranteed to take single 6th place and likely to take 5th place from Rick Rude in the all-time rankings. El Hijo Santos on one hell of a run. Very good young performer. We're looking forward to what he is going to end up doing. We also have our tag team titles, which are currently held by Tenryu and Samu, after Tenryu's original partner in his faction got injured, which was the Barbarian. These two are part of the Wild Hunt faction. Great tag team champions, have held it for 101 days and have a triple threat title defense against a random pairing tag team who won a tournament. And I believe it's the Rock and Roll Express. No. Or is it Sushiniya and Cactus Jack? I remember the show I booked last week. Yep. And then our world champion is the leader of their faction. Actually, our prestige is at 69%. We could tick off the 70%. The 70 prestige this show. I didn't even realize that. It's Stan Hansen. He's held it for 56 days. But now has the biggest defense anyone the company can get. He is facing Rowdy Roddy Piper, who, yes, is a babyface. Questionable decisions on my part. It's fine. He's a babyface. We're rolling with it. We'll see how long it runs. But that will be our main event. I hope you guys will stick around. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the show. I'll be back with you just after the intro. Welcome back. It is mid-year reckoning. This is kind of our show just going into our big Battle Leagues event, which I did forget to talk about in the intro. Oops. I'll get to that soonish at some point. I'll do it after this because I'll do the Who's in the Battle Leagues PowerPoint slide presentation thing I do every year. Cool. There's our plan in place, guys. Miracles. Media Reckoning has had some really good shows over the years, actually. I don't think there's a great place I can look at it. Actually, I can. Top 100. If you go top 100 events, 1980, where was it? Actually, 1980, it was terrible. It was 10th. Then it was 10th. Then it was 4th. Okay, I had a good one that year. And then 1983, it was our 7th best show. And then last year, it was our 15th best show. Okay, I severely overestimated how good this show was. Turns out this show might be cursed. My bad. That's going to make life interesting. Let's go back 3 years, though. In our first ever mid-year reckoning, Jake Roberts defeated my player character, the Firefly, to retain the World Championship. Best match of the night as well. Wild. Firefly's actually had a couple of best match of the nights recently, which is very rare for him. We also had the first ever Battle Leagues happening on this show. We did the entire group in one night, and Tully Blanchard went 2-0 to win the group. The next year, we had Terry Funk defeating Matt Bourne to retain the World Championship. That's when we brought Matt Bourne in. That was a while ago. We also had more Battle League stuff, a couple of matches in each of the Battle Leagues going on. One Battle League going on, which is Bret Hart winning the Battle League over Samu and Tommy Rogers. And then a random Mike Shop defeating Jack Armstrong match. We then, the next year, had a 62-rated show, which feels like it was actually fairly good. Satanico defeated Terry Funk to retain the World Championship at that show. The Watchers of Aeroflash and the Firefly defeated the Rock and Roll Express and Sudden Impact to retain the Tag Team Championships. You also then had, more generic Battle League things, with Onisa winning, Jake Roberts winning, and Manny Fernandez defeating Matt Bourne. I remember him being very unhappy about that loss. The next year we had Bret Hart defeating Samu to retain the World Championship in what feels like the most throwaway match of throwaway matches. What else did we have? Sudden Impact defeated the Brainbusters to win the Tag Team Championships. Firefly defeated Aeroflash and Scorpio. I think that was in order to get a world title shot or something. And Satanico and Kurt Hennig had their Battle League matches. And then last year, it was main evented by that fantastic Terry Funk Randy Savage match, along with a absolutely stellar match of Kurt Hennig and Satanico. Usually this show has a lot of Battle League stuff on it. This year, it does not. no battle leagues happening on the show because that will be kicking off next episode. Normally we kick off on this episode on this show. We're going to kick it off at Elevation. So, without all my comical levels of rambling, let's get into the show. We start off the show with our customary everyone left in the company battle royale. We had 0 workers not on the show tonight. Just general pre-show battle royale, which was won though by Ricky Morton. Good win for him, with just Jushin Thunder Liger coming in second. Both looking good for him. Jushin Thunder Liger, I believe in the battle leagues? I believe, yes, he qualified for the battle leagues. So a somewhat decent showing for him before he goes into a very, very big important tournament. We then go to our next pre-show match, which has just our customary, we've got nothing for Satanico. So he's going to beat all these dudes up really easily. And he kind of did. 4-way match, defeated Firefly Jr., my younger brother, because that was one of the achievements we got a younger brother. There's a second one, by the way, as well, who was in the Battle Royale. I think it's a cousin, actually, to memory. I can't remember what I did lore-wise for it. The Road Warrior, Animal, none of them really stand up to the power of Satanico. Got a 78. Again, proving why he's far better than what I've been using him for. Like that's going to change. 65 rating, though, was not bad, though not quite good enough to be on the main card. I don't think 65 rated would be... I feel like every match on the card tonight should be above 65 rated. Or thereabout. This match had some great face sides, getting Bret Hart, Randy Savage, and Rick Martel on the card, as all 3 men will be in the battle leagues. The best performer of the night was Bret Hart with 77, Randy Savage got 71, and Rick Martel a 65. All pretty solid, but nothing out there as standing out as amazing. And then we can go into the main show. And we kick off with a tag team triple threat match, which is won by Atsushi Onisa and Cactus Jack as they win the tag team belts from the Wild Hunt. They pin Rick Rude from the tag team of Shawn Michaels and Rick Rude. Onita and Cactus Jack are World Tag Team Champions once again. Best from the match by a fair margin is the fantastic Tenryu, who got an 80 rated match. Got 80 rated performance. Holy. 61s for Rick Rude and Shawn Michaels is amazing. Worst performance in the match is Cactus Jack and Onita, the guys who won. Yay! But Cactus Jack did get injured in this match, which... if he's out, I've got to vacate these belts. After just doing a tag tournament, I'm going to be a bit annoyed. We're going to hope that he's fine. We don't need to take the belts off them. Okay, it'll be fine. We then go to our next segment, where Jack Armstrong is seen taken out, thrown through a few tables, as quickly medical is called to come help as the Wild Hunt walk away. I should clarify the idea of this is that this was like being shown as like something happened earlier in the night before Tenryu and Samu went out for their match. Jack Armstrong is out and will need a replacement for the Battle Leagues, which we will be crowning tonight. Yes, that was a mystery match I didn't tell people about. We then have okay, an 82 rated last man standing match to end off the feud between Terry Funk and Ricky Steamboat, as Ricky Steamboat stands tall, defeats Terry Funk, who could not beat a count of 10, and Ricky Steamboat will be in the Battle Leagues. And Terry Funk will miss. He's a bit old. He can't really do the Battle Leagues these days, I don't think. He might have one more Battle League in him. He's old. He doesn't have the stamina to do for super long matches. If we want to give him draws. It's fine. Ricky Steamboat gets a massive win, defeating Terry Funk. And moving on with his career, he has now taken out Satanico and Terry Funk in back-to-back feuds. Ricky Steamboat is riding high. Okay, click the button. No, I did not. We then go to our next match. Oh, this was bad. Okay, in the match that I was expecting could be one of our best matches of the night, the Firefly defeats El Hijo del Santo in 14 minutes 32 with a lights out kick. El Hijo del Santo is injured and they had to change the finish on the fly. So my player character is now the Great Lakes champion. And Santo is injured. Oh, this match would have been great otherwise. Oh no. Oh, this show is cursed. I was right. Oh, we've had Cactus Jack and Santo get injured. Two of our best young stars. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, yep. Cool. Everything's going wrong. Everything is collapsing now. Cool. Yep. Thanks, Dusty. Okay. We then randomly go from a terrible injury angle where one of our top young stars has got a massive injury to this is our number one contenders, not number one contenders match, our match to qualify for Jack Armstrong's place in the Battle Leagues. We're going to have to host another one to get for El Hijo del Santo's place. God. Kurt Hennig defeats Aeroflash and Bob Orton Jr., making his return after being out for over a month. Gets an 84 in his first match back. Beats Aeroflash, beats Bob Orton Jr. Kurt Hennig is back and he is in the Battle Leagues. Oh my, okay. This is a roller coaster of a show. That's fantastic. He's back, he's looking really good. Okay, last thing, only thing left is our main event, in which Roddy Piper defeats Stan Hansen. Roddy Piper wins by a submission with the sleeper. After a chaotic finishing sequence, Samu makes the run-in to get involved, and Roddy Piper, and Bret Hart makes the save for Roddy Piper, helping Roddy defeat Stan Hansen and become the new world champion in an 80 rated match. Ending the show, 77 overall, so not quite the 80 rated we were looking for, or 85 rated we were looking for to get the next achievement. But very good main event, crazy good Ricky Steamboat Terry Funk match, and two massive injuries. Okay. Calm. Breathing. Breathing is good. Dress the locker room. Who do we pray? Stan Hansen has had a hell of a title run. So does Teniru, and so has Samu. The Wild Hunt has collapsed tonight, but they have had an amazing run. Injury review. Oh no. Cactus Jack out for 7 days. That's fine. El Hijo del Santo, probably our best, fastest rising young star in the company, is out for 424 days. Oh no. And that's going to be permanent, isn't it? That's going to drag his ratings down now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to go give him surgery. Oh no. In good news, we made 800k in profit. That's icing on the cake. Popularity-wise, we've gained everywhere. Again, good. We're happy with that. Gaining, good. Okay. Media scrub. He's got injured. Yep, I know he's injured. It's hugely disappointing. Roddy Piper is going to end his deal. Oh, yeah, crap. I need to go re-sign him, don't I? It would be really funny if I lose Roddy Piper. Yeah, we'll do everything we can to keep him. We like Roddy Piper. What's your view on the show? It's a good show. We can still... onwards and upwards. Yep. Scott Armstrong on an off night. I have faith will become more consistent. That's fine. Harley Race is looking obese these days. He only works backstage. I don't care. As long as it's worth the suffer, I don't care. Cactus Jack got injured. It's unfortunate, but he remains an important part of my plans. Yep, okay. No one got angry at me this show. That's impressively rare. Usually people get very angry at my responses in these media scrums. Okay, so on the docket, before I can do anything else this episode, I need to go work out what we're doing with El Hijo del Santo and replace him with the Battle Leagues. Because I'll be honest, he had a pretty big role in the Battle Leagues and was going to do a lot. Cool. It's not quite worth directly replacing him. I think, like, there's no one I think I can directly replace him with that will make it understandable. Yeah, okay. Cool, that changes the plans then. I'm going to go work out what I'm doing instead. Okay. Really? Really, Santo? You know you're not wrestling for another year, right? Uh-huh. I mean, okay, fairness, I am paying you ridiculously under what you deserve. Okay. Cool. We need to go give him surgery. Nope. Wrong button. There we go. Deal expiring. For pay-per-views, that's fine. Cactus Jack injured, that's fine. Did a lot of drug testing, fine. Santo injured for over a year, yep. Cool. I'm the one being blamed. Understandable. Cool. And we got a lot of people watching the show. Got it. Where is injuries? Absences. Oh, the surgery is high risk as well. Oh no, okay. Can we survive 423 days without El Hijo del Santo? Do we risk the surgery? When will he come back? He'll come back after next year's Battle Leagues, effectively. Which I think is actually a perfectly good time for him to return. Let's not do the surgery. We're going to not do a surgery. We're not going to touch it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Am I convincing myself yet? It's going to be fine. Probably. I'm going to go see you guys in the Battle Leagues announcement thing that I'm going to do once I've replaced El Hijo del Santo in it. Take care. Welcome to our official announcement of the 1985 Battle Leagues. This is our expanded format where we have added 4 additional people into our Battle Leagues. Didn't originally imply this when I started doing the Battle Leagues to like get up to this pace so fast, but we've got the TV time to do it. We can make it work. Do it over 2 months. And hey, this is our biggest event of the year. I think that is kind of where I'm trying to move it towards. Move away from the showdown into the Battle Leagues is our version of the G1. Winning the Battle Leagues is a big, big deal. And I can kind of prove that to you with who our previous Battle Leagues winners are. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay. If I go look up our previous Battle Leagues winner, the first ever winner of the Battle Leagues was Tully Blanchard back in 1980. Yeah, that one didn't... that was probably by far our least prestigious one, but he defeated Terry Funk in order to do it in one of our best matches of the year at that time. The next Battle League winner was Satanico, who defeated Bret Hart to win it. The year after that, Atsushi Onita defeated Matt Bourne to get the win. And then Randy Savage defeated Sataniko to take that win. Yeah, like all very, very proficient, top-notch. Also, in the last year, it was the Firefly defeating Kurt Hennig in a banger of a match as well. So, like, our previous winners are Firefly, Randy Savage, Atsushi Onita, Sataniko, and Tully Blanchard. With kind of the two biggest names in the hunt still being, or three biggest names kind of being Roddy Piper, Kurt Hennig, and Bret Hart. Two of which have made the finals. The only two-time finalist, though, is Sataniko for a win and a loss under his belt. We'll see if anyone else can join that category of two-time finalists. If not, two-time winners. As we do have quite a few previous winners in the event this year. So let's kick off. Opening up blue group, we do have Bret Hart. Probably our most proficient wrestler to never have won the Battle Leagues. Never to... I think I said he never has made the finals either, has he? No, he did. His only finals appearance in the Battle Leagues was in 1981, which is wild to me. But, like, it just hasn't happened. He had a great campaign last year, making it to the semi-finals. And the year prior to that, he was world champion. Our next participant is the best Battle Leagues participant of all time. Saying this only happened 5 times, but it is definitely, without a doubt, Sataniko. He has the most matches in the Battle Leagues of anyone. That being 8 matches, tied with Bret Hart actually, 6 wins and 2 losses. He's made semi-finals 3 separate times as well. 6 wins and 2 losses in the group stage. Has made 3 semi-finals appearances, 2 finals appearances, and has won it once. Our third participant making his debut in the event. It's Shawn Michaels. And then we have Randy Savage. Another wrestler who is very good for someone who has only ever been in the Battle Leagues, I believe, once. Yes, he's only ever been in a single Battle League, which was in 1983, where he won the whole damn thing. In 5th, last year's runner-up, former world champion Kurt Hennig. He's going to try and make good on last year's failures, where he lost to the Firefly in the finals. And then our final participant in the blue group will be also making his debut, Jushin Thunder Liger. Jushin has done really good work over the last year, had a good qualifying match, and is now into the Battle Leagues, into what I think assuredly is going to be considered the group of death. Because in our Battle Leagues, it is the top 2 people who go on to make the semi-finals. No play-ins, nothing. 2 of the 6. This group has 4 former finalists, 2 former winners. This is a killer group with then Shawn Michaels and Jushin Liger making their debuts. This group will be very much one to watch. In the orange group, topping it off, last year's winner, defending Battle League champion, going on to try and become the 2-time world or 2-time Battle League winner, the current Great Lakes champion. It is the Firefly. Then the second participant making his debut in the Battle Leagues. Under a year at the company, Junichiro Taneru. I forgot to put his first name on here. Taneru, who's been on another hell of a run. He just lost the tag team belts at Mid-Year Reckoning. But that is not going to stop the powerhouse from Japan. He has been on a tear and is looking to continue that tear through the Battle Leagues. Our third participant, in a tag team with Shawn Michaels at the pay-per-view, it is Rick Rude. Rick Rude has been in the Battle Leagues before, actually. I believe on numerous occasions. It might only be once. No, never mind. I think he's only been in once, in which he was in a group with Randy Savage and Kurt Hennig, and won 1 and lost 2. He is hoping to improve on that record dramatically this Battle Leagues campaign. Participant number 4 is Rick Martel, who will be making his Battle Leagues debut. Again, another solid qualifying run with Jack Armstrong, who is now out of the tournament. Our 5th member into the Orange Group is Ricky Steamboat. Another man making his debut, came in the same debutant class as Teniru. They've had a bit of a quiet rivalry in the background over the Great Lakes Championship back in January. And we're going to see how that continues in the Battle Leagues this tournament. And then finally, participant number 6 as our replacement for Jack Armstrong. Yeah. Am I right? No, our Jack Armstrong replacement was Kurt Hennig. Our replacement for El Hijo del Santo, after his terrible injury he suffered at the pay-per-view. Former Battle Leagues winner, current tag team champion, Atsushi Onita, who has had mixed Battle Leagues campaigns, winning his debut Battle Leagues back in 1982, but since then had a fairly poor Battle League back last year, with his only win being over his tag team partner, Cactus Jack. Thank you for watching our Battle Leagues debut, Battle Leagues announcement video. I will see you just after the cut with our first Battle Leagues show, our first elevation of the episode. See you in just one bit. Okay, here for our first episode of Elevation for the Night. This is a weirdly only singles match card, which we don't do particularly often, especially on Elevation. So we're going to see how this one goes. Coming off the back of a massive pay-per-view, our announcement for the Battle Leagues. And yes, we are kicking off the Battle Leagues on this show. Satanico, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude and the Firefly, and then Rick Martel and Ricky Steamboat in the main event. Let's get it going. Pre-show match, just to get people... Oh my god, Terry Funk's injured. Oh, this episode is cursed, this episode is cursed, this episode is cursed. Cool. Yeah. Pre-show Wild Brawl match, which had Teniru and Terry Funk looking great. Debut Boy looking not great. The Mothwing looking terrible. And the rest of them looking bad. Joys. Terry Funk and Teniru cannot carry this match, especially when Terry Funk gets injured. Okay. Cool. More things looking after this. Tito Santana is the reason. Cool. We're not going to push him anyway. That's a roller coaster today. Holy, that's a rating. 91. Roddy Piper is back on top and feeling joyous to be opening the show as world champion once more. It's been too long since I held this belt, he says. He's taken it back from the big, dumb bully that is Stan Hansen. And now he can enjoy himself a world title free of all the double teams and sketchy managers. He just wants to give the fans a world champion that they can be proud of. He wants to defend the world title against the best and the brightest. All the stars in FFW that haven't had a chance, haven't had their time in the sun. And he is cut off by the entrance of Kurt Hennig, making his return at the pay-per-view. Kurt wants to put the champ on notice. He says when he wins the Battle League, Kurt Hennig wants me to win to free this belt of the likes of Roddy Piper, the two-faced cheat. Roddy Piper holds his belt up high, and as he's about to tell Kurt Hennig something, he is dropped by an attack from Stan Hansen, who shoves him to Kurt Hennig, and ends the segment standing tall over both men. Stan Hansen is the one standing tall at the end of the segment, clearly not just going to lie down after being beat for the belt. We then have our opening match in our blue group, which sees Satanico defeat Shawn Michaels via submission after blatantly cheating with a low blow. Shawn Michaels spends the whole match trying to cheat his way into a win, but is outdone by the veteran talent Satanico, who just knows how to cheat a little bit better. Satanico defeats Shawn Michaels, and he will claim the first 3 points of the Battle Leagues. He is on 72 to Shawn Michaels' 52. We then go to a not great other random match. This is an Owen Hart defeating Rick Steiner due to feet on the ropes. Because it doesn't give me one. But this is just to get Owen Hart, Rick Steiner some more time on the card. Owen Hart blaming Rick Steiner for the loss that he suffered to try and qualify for the Battle League's last episode. Owen Hart gets the win not really back off Rick Steiner, just gets the win over Rick Steiner to continue his momentum going forward right now. Trying to build Owen Hart up a bit. Great young talent, gonna try and give him a bit of shine. 43 rated match, not great though, but 53 performance from him, quite good. We then go to a 53 performance promo. Jim Brunzel's in the back, and he tells the camera that they know it was the Wild Hunt who decided to take out Jack Armstrong. That's no bother to Jim, but it mattered a whole lot to his best friend, Brad Armstrong. And tonight, it's going to be Brad Armstrong versus Samu as he attempts to avenge his family. Jack Armstrong is not actually part of the famous Armstrong family, which wrestlers got in the cut. We've got wrestlers we've signed, like Brad Armstrong, Scott Armstrong, Steve Armstrong, who are all part of the same, who are all like brothers. Either way, we are just going to pretend that they're part of the same wider family tree for this story, and because they can get a veteran talent to help guide the younger Armstrongs. None of which, bar Brad, are actually any talented. But that is fine. We then have another 70 rated match, which is very nice, from the Firefly, who defeats Rick Rude with a lights out kick. 63 from both men here. Feels like a fairly average standard match between the two of them. No one really looking stellar, but the Firefly does get the win and gets the 3 points to go out top of the orange group. And we'll see if either Rick Martel or Ricky Steamboat can match that with a win later on the show. We then are back, another 70 rated. Dear Lord, we love 70s tonight. We are backstage with Bret Hart, who is hyped up for his chance to finally avenge a loss from a few years ago and win the Battle Leagues. He has no intent to ever be second best. He is the execution of excellence, and he'll become your next Battle League winner. Randy Savage walks by and thanks Bret for getting the camera ready, because he is more than ready to tell the world that he is going to win the Battle Leagues this year. And it starts by beating you, Bret Hart, next week. Oh yeah. Because that is right, the way the draw has fallen. Randy Savage, Bret Hart on next week's Elevation taping in the main event. We then go to a 65 rated match. Solid performance from both men. Samu for 57. Brad Armstrong for better 61. As Samu defeats Brad Armstrong for diving headbutt. Brad not being able to successfully avenge his cousin. We'll go with cousin. That's the word we're going to use for the rest of this. Kayfabe cousin. And then lastly, I believe we have our main event. An 80 rated classic between Ricky Steamboat and Rick Martel, which Ricky Steamboat takes the win via a diving cross body. Sent them out to go steal the show, and they stole the show. Ricky Steamboat, an 80 rating performance. Amazing way to end the show. 79 overall as well. Fantastic, fantastic show. One of our best. Locker room incidents, Dusty Rhodes and Pat Patterson got in a huge row. Cool. Pat Patterson's in a bit of a bad mood for some reason. I'm not particularly sure why. But that is fine. Very good show. And we're going to try and top it off with our next Elevation show, main evented by Bret Hart and Randy Savage. I will see you there in just one cut. Okay, our second episode of Elevation for the episode. I've done it again. It's fine. It is Elevation number 74. Our second Battle Leagues show, where our Battle League matches conclude with Bret Hart and Randy Savage. Again, should be an exciting one. This episode's going to be so comically long, I might as well just jump straight into it. Pre-show match, the Firefly wins in a storytelling match over Robert Gibson. Something, good pre-show match. Firefly maybe gains slightly more psychology. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. Get it on the card, tick off the storytelling box. Nothing too major. We then have a 100 rated Roddy Piper promo. That's why he should be given solo promos. Holy. Roddy Piper is opening up the show yet again. You know what? I should have expected that he says he may be big and dumb, but he is relentless. And even though I have pinned him in the middle of this ring twice now, he keeps coming back. I admire it, but when he is costing me opportunities, we have an issue. Now, instead of facing the younger talent who deserve the shine of going one-on-one with the rowdy one, we have to sit through me putting you to sleep one more time, Stan. So, Stan, what's it going to be? You want to run this back in the middle of this ring? How about we do it at Heat of Battle, and I'll make it 3 for 3. Roddy Piper issues the challenge to Stan Hansen, and we'll see if he accepts it. Then in a fantastic match between Kurt Hennig and Jushin the Liger, Kurt Hennig is back and better than ever. Holy, another 84 racing for him, where he takes out Jushin Thunder Liger, who only gets a 57, and the match is still 79. Holy. Kurt Hennig defeats Jushin Thunder Liger with a Hennig Plex. 12 minutes 35 for him. Just fantastic for one Mr. Kurt Hennig. Holy. He gets his 3 points as well. We then go to another match that could be on a pre-show because no one cares about anyone in the match, but it's fine. Cool the crowd down a little bit, 35, because that's really not great. But it was also only 7 minutes long, in which Scott Armstrong uses a super kick to pin Bob Orton Jr. The Armstrong brothers get their revenge for their cousin by taking out the Wild Hunt's second tag team. Yeah, no one in this match did well, did they? The best in the match was a 45. Everyone in this match is shit. Cool. It's fine. I'll work it out. I'll do something with them to make them not quite as terrible. No, I won't. They're going to be terrible. It's fine. And the fall off of a Stan Hansen promo compared to the Roddy Piper one. 64 rated Stan Hansen promo. Stan Hansen would like to publicly accept this offer of a rematch. Blah, blah, blah. Stan Hansen reminds everyone that he is the best in the world. And without Bret Hart, the man he took that belt off, he would still be world champion now. So of course he is mad, and of course he can't wait to beat the hell out of Roddy Piper and take that belt back. But he isn't going to do it in a normal match. They're going to add something special to the mix, which he is going to announce next week. We then have a 57 rated match. Cactus Jack working through an injury, being a bit more harmful to the rating than I expected. Annoyingly, that's a shame. Samu at 53, Cactus Jack at 44. Again, not a great match, but Samu does get another win under his belt. Samu is going on a good run with a lot of the main talent out with the Battle Leagues. And he has now pinned one half of the tag team champions who took the belts off them. And then in another Battle Leagues match, an 80 rated match between Tenryu and Atsushi Onisa, where Tenryu wins with a folding powerbomb. 80 rating for Tenryu. Fantastic. I love this got a better rating than the Kurt Hennig Jushin the Liger match, despite Onita getting the same score and Tenryu getting a lower score. But that, whatever. Tenryu then grabs the mic after his win and he says, I have pinned the tag team champion. Samu has pinned the tag team champion. Next week, street fight. Issuing the challenge for the tag team titles. Tenryu and Samu taking on Atsushi Onita and Cactus Jack in a street fight for the tag team titles. Potentially a very big match on the card. We'll see how that one ends up going. And then, a not great main event between Bret Hart and Randy Savage. Randy Savage picks up the win with a flying elbow drop, but they just don't click as in-ring opponents. That's really interesting. As we see, Bret Hart, Randy Savage getting in the 60s, their worst performances in the company for a long, long time. That is a damper to end off the show, but still 73 rating is not bad. Injury-wise, Terry Funk is out for a week. We can cope. I mean, it's a week where we've got no shows on because we're pre-taping. So that's fine. Financial-wise, nearly earned $100K in just this show alone. We're easily making $1 million this month, which is going to be achievements to tick off. Popularity-wise, we have gained a lot. Not a lot, but a decent amount. 45 in the Great Lakes, up to 61 in the Mid-South, up to 37 in New England, back to 73 in the Southwest, up to 44 in the Tri-State, and Ontario is up to 21. Gains all round are appreciated as we are making solid progress through the save right now. We have got to be happy with that. We've got our first round of the Battle Leagues done. With guys like Kurt Hennig, Randy Savage topping out the groups as it stands. But a lot is still to play for. A lot is still to come in this episode. And you will see that just in one sec. Take care. Okay, we are ready to go. Our third episode of Elevation. It is Elevation number 75. 3/4 of the way to 100 episodes of Elevation to save. It has been going on for a while and it's been doing very well. The last couple episodes have been quite nice. We'll see if we can do well again for another Bret Hart main event. Hopefully better than this last one. And this is with an opponent that we know we can put on bangers with. Let's see if they can do it. They did hold match of the company for a while at one point. I wonder what their best match they've had so far is in our company history. Looking for Bret Hart and Satanico. It's not even at the top anyway. Here is it. Damn. What happened to them? Okay, we go 21 and lower. No. Oh, man, there's nothing here, is there? That is depressing. But also a really great sign of how far we have come. Since we've had, Bret Hart and Satanico be our best ever match. Yet not in the top 60 or 50. Wild. That is A-okay though, because we are going to top it tonight. Anyway, there we go. 76 rated match. Our 64th best match of all time. Surely we can put on a better match than that tonight. We'll see how it goes though. Let's kick off the show. Aeroflash, Coco Beware, and Steven Regal in a triple threat match on the pre-show. Aeroflash gets the carry win. 57 rated. He does well. Storytelling match, get storytelling on the card, and we can move on. That's fine. We then open the actual show with an 80 rated promo. Roddy Piper comes out and he is eagerly awaiting this idea by Stan Hansen. Stan is trying to be in control of the situation. He needs to realize that he has no power in this moment. He's not the champion. He's not the fan favorite. He's not the one with momentum. He needs us a whole lot more than Roddy does. So what does Stan Hansen want to propose? Stan comes out next and he has a very interesting proposal. He says he agrees he's not the one in position of power until he squashes him at heat of battle. So instead, next week they both nominate someone to fight on their behalf. And the winner of that match gets to set the stipulation for their title match. Fair's fair. If he can find someone to fight for him. Again, Stan Hansen's pulling on and challenging this idea of Roddy Piper not be able to find any friends. Eddie Reddy is a very good way to start the show. Not a fantastic way to follow it up with 59 rated tag team match, which is won by the Rock and Roll Express, defeating the Road Warriors and the Armstrongs. After Ricky Morton pinned Road Warrior Animal using the ropes for leverage. Not going to go down with all the Road Warriors, I assume. Road Warriors do okay in this match, averaging just above a 50 between them. Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton nearly average of 57, so nearly averaging that 60 rated that I think would make us happy with their performances. Definitely have gone down a bit over the last year, but I'm sure they will turn it around in good time. Only team to not get a tag team specialist bonus, which is somewhat funny. We then have, again, not great match, 68. I mean, not great considering the wrestlers involved. And that is interesting and annoying. Kurt Hennig and Shawn Michaels do not seem to click. Kurt Hennig getting his worst performance since his return at a 76. Still better than basically the entire roster usually. And Shawn Michaels 51. Actually very good result for him based on normal. So, much as they didn't click, they didn't make themselves look too terrible relative to everything else. Which is fine. It's all we can really want, I would say. Either way, Kurt Hennig defeats Shawn Michaels and picks up the 3 points. Which would now mean that I believe he is 6 points top of the group. We then have the Brainbusters announce they want to have a shot at the tag team titles depending on no matter who wins tonight. They're willing to go through anyone to get it. So whoever wants it most can step up and be put down by Tully and Arn. 64 rated promo, not terrible for a tag team. Definitely probably our best tag team when it comes to promos, and probably we should give them more promo time because of it. We then have an 82 red match. Nearly, only 8 points away from getting another achievement actually. And this is a match with no build, no story, and face versus face. So, enough detractions from this match tell me that it's like the type of opponent that would get the Firefly a fantastic result. The Firefly defeats Ricky Steamboat in 13 minutes 10. Using the lights out kick. Firefly is 65, not fantastic, but still quite good. And Ricky Steamboat, again, with an 80 rated performance. Just wild. Ricky being fantastic as always, but does not pick up the 3 points as the Firefly stands tall 3 points in. Randy Savage is back on the screens to remind the world that he pinned the 3-time world champion in the middle of the ring last week. He put away the execution of excellence and has already put one of his biggest matches behind him 3 points in. For anyone looking to buy in, Randy Savage is the best in the world right now, and whether it's Roddy or Stan, he can't wait to have the Battle Leagues and the world title around his waist one more time. The Madman, the Macho Man, is feeling good about his chances to come. We then have a tag team street fight. Oh my. 78 rated match in which the Wild Hunt defeat Atsushi Onita and Cactus Jack to win back their tag team tournament. Tenryu pinned Onita with a folding powerbomb. And Tenryu, again, another 80 raid performance by him is just insane. Samu, 57, not bad. 59 for Jack, 60 for Onita. Everyone performing fantastically. That is definitely our best tag team versus tag team match of all time. 78 rated, and better than our main event, which does tie their previous match result of a 74, where Bret Hart defeats Satanico via the sharp shooter. Satanico off his game probably does it. Bret Hart at 86 is insane. Satanico 78 is wild as well. Bret Hart and Satanico's chemistry helped them a bit, but the match just did not work as intended. I'm not sure what would have done it. Very hot crowd makes it better. Only penalty really for inconsistency and the storyline not having crazy high heat yet. Wild. Okay. 75 rating on the show. Not bad, but not as good as we would have liked. No locker room incidents, nothing to address. So, I will have to see you at our next show, our second last show of the episode. Oh, I apologize, this one's going to be a real long one, ain't it? Yeah. If you guys sticking around by now, I appreciate you immensely. Leave predictions in the comments below. Who do you think's going to win the Battle Leagues? Who do you think is looking the best? Who do you think is most likely to walk up the gold between Stan Hansen and Roddy Piper next episode? So far, Kurt Hennig leads at 6 points. Bret Hart is 1-1 on 3. Randy Savage has only got 1 match on his belt and is on 3 as well. Satanico of 2 matches on his belt is on 3. We're in the orange group. The Firefly is 6-0. Where Tenryu is only Tenryu is 3-0. Well, 3-0, but 3 wins. 3 points with 0 losses. Ricky Steamboat is 1-1, and everyone else is on a single loss. That will develop as the episode continues. And the episode will continue right after the cut. Okay, 3 down. 2 elevation tapings to go until we get to the pay-per-view next episode. So just one before our go-home show, we have 3 Battle Leagues matches on the card again. Rick Martel at Atsushi Onita, Randy Savage, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Tenryu taking on Rick Rude. We also have Jack Armstrong making his return against Samu. And the winner of that match either has Roddy or Stan pick the stipulation for their title match. And then the Brainbusters and the Road Warriors go head-to-head as well after the Brainbusters issued an open challenge looking to move themselves back into Tag Team Gold. Let's get the show rolling. Satanico defeats Shane Douglas and El Snow. Storytelling match, just get everyone on the card and doing things. Satanico's had a couple of weirdly poor performances so far in the Battle League, despite being very good all year up until this point. This is another very good performance from him. 76 rated performance. He looks fantastic as he gets the win. Pre-show match, get people on the card. And then we can move on. Oof. Not a great way to open up the show. The Firefly opens up with a big announcement. He's got a match next in the Battle Leagues next week against Rick Martel. If Rick Martel can beat him, he'll be entered into a title opportunity against the Firefly for the Great Lakes Championship at Heat of Battle. In either situation, there will also be a number 1 contenders match to crown his next opponent if Rick Martel can't get the job done. That's just all stuff happening for next week. We then have a 71 rated match. Again, very good. Tenryu has just been in banger after banger after banger this year. Holy. Rick Rude, though, defeats Tenryu with a handful of tights in a quick roll-up. Rick Rude gets the win. Interesting win for Rick Rude over such a big competitor in Tenryu, who's definitely going to come into his group, seeing it as somewhere he can win. But Rick Rude doing very, very well. We then have an even better match. This should be the main event, shouldn't it? Randy Savage defeats Jushin Thunder Liger with a flying elbow drop. These two complement each other's styles so perfectly. 81 for Randy Savage, 62 for Thunder Liger. Just amazing. Randy Savage though getting the win. And more points on the board for the Macho Man. Rick Martel is defeated by Atsushi Onita here. So does not get the momentum going into his match against the Firefly next week. Onita with the win on 57. Rick Martel on 64. Both mid to good performances, but nothing standing out as fantastic between two of them. We then have, again, not a particularly great match between Kurt Hennig, or not match, sorry, a promo segment with Kurt Hennig. He announces that speaking to management, he and Bret Hart will go at it one more time on pay-per-view. Their Battle Leagues match will be taking place at Heat of Battle. This happened because, like everyone else, he knows he is. As everyone else knows, I'm doing as bad as Kurt Hennig did. Everyone else knows he is the biggest star in this company, and they'd be lost without him. Kurt Hennig will show the world one more time at Heat of Battle why he is so much better than the Hitman. They're saying this, Bret Hart's the one who took the title of Kurt Hennig in a singles match on Elevation not too long ago. We then have a 57 rated tag team match. Got a penalty for it being the fourth time it's happened recently, but actually it was not particularly bad for a fourth time match, I would argue. Decent wild brawl where the Road Warriors defeat the Brain Busters after all that confidence from the Brain Busters. This is the Road Warriors who get the win. Doomsday device on Arn Anderson to lock it in. Very middle of the road performance from everyone involved, but that is fine. Good bonuses get us to a 57 rating, which we will take for the tag division match. Then in our main event, not a great main event, I might add, but whatever. Samu is defeated by Jack Armstrong, making his return. Jack Armstrong gets the win, which means Roddy Piper will set the stipulation for their title match at Heat of Battle. Of a Roddy Piper Stan Hansen title match at Heat of Battle. All that momentum from Samu built up throughout the month, he has lost to Jack Armstrong and will not be happy about that. Just as the match finishes, Stan Hansen hits the ring to try and attack Jack, but Roddy Piper makes the save, and they both start throwing hands until the show ends as they continue brawling. 68 rated show was not good. That is our worst one in quite a while. But fine nonetheless, we made 90k on the taping overall. Popularity-wise, we didn't drop a point or anything, which is fine. And quite a few regions have gained more popularity. As an overarching thing, we're fine. No need to sound the alarms yet, so we will take it. I have one more episode of Elevation to show you. I'm sorry it's been such a long one. If you are enjoying it, feel free. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all the corny YouTube things that you're meant to say. I will see you at our last taping of Elevation. See you just one bit. Okay, we have made it to our go home show, our last show of the episode. For those still watching, thank you for sticking with me through what must be a marathon at this point. I have not added up the time from the clips, but dear Lord, it cannot be short. I was going to do the best of the year so far, then I went, nope, I'm not adding any more time to this. The highlights are, we're really good. The Firefly is the best match of the year somehow, with Santo and Satanico, and Kurt Hennig is the best wrestler in the world. None of that particularly surprising, so we'll take it. Either way, we're ready to end off this episode with a bang and get ourselves ready for Heat of Battle. Let's jump right into it. This is our wild brawl that took forever and was just terrible in every single way, and Randy Savage got injured. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Well, what else could I want from this? We've lost Santo. We've had Terry Funk get injured for a short while. Like Cactus Jack injured for a short while. Let's lose Randy Savage. Well, okay. Cool. Well, Randy Savage had a very good performance in the Wild Brawl, despite taking far too long. And I don't really care about any of these. This is a pre-show match. None of this matters. Randy Savage getting a broken nose matters a lot. Kurt Hennig, though, he did great. 79 rated. Storytelling match. One with Hennigplex. Cool. Moving along to the real show, where we actually, care about what happens. Roddy Piper comes down to the ring, and he's delighted to announce that at Heat of Battle, he is going to make sure there is no luck involved. There is no friends, or family, or pack. Stan Hansen has been so worried about Bret Hart again. How about they make it so at Heat of Battle, Bret can't get involved. Samu can't get involved. No one can get involved inside of a steel cage. Stan Hansen comes out before he can speak. Roddy and him just start throwing hands. They brawl until we hit commercial break, going all throughout the arena, going through the announce desk. Roddy Piper, Stan Hansen cannot be separated. And they are built up masterfully to a steel cage finale for their feud at Heat of Battle next episode. Then in an orange group tournament match, not a great match, 66 rated match, with Rick Rude getting the win over Atsushi Onita using the ropes for leverage. Rick Rude gets another quick one in the tournament. He has now beat Tenryu and Onita. He is having a fantastic run this event. I'll show you the standings at the end of this taping. Very, very good from Rick Rude. I'm actually realizing I have scheduled to tape another episode of Elevation after this, despite it being the end of the episode. So I'll show you between episodes, and then I'll have to go book the episode of Elevation that will happen after the pay-per-view Elevation that you'll see in next episode of my channel. Ooh, good luck if anyone followed that logic. We then have Samu, Tenryu, and Oni Lad backstage, and they call out the Road Warriors. They say they're great, but they can't match up to the best tag team in the game. The unpinned, unsubmitted, unified world champions. So the Road Warriors can have their shot in 2 weeks' time. But until they prove they deserve... But until then, they better prove they deserve her, or else they're just going to prove where they are way out of their depth. 46 red promo, not great. This show is not going well. Cool. 67 rated match between Aeroflash and Owen Hart. I think that's our best of the night so far. Aeroflash defeats Owen Hart in 13 minutes. And Aeroflash is the new #1 contender for the Great Lakes Championship, held by his former tag team partner and good buddy, the Firefly. Aeroflash gets 58, 53 from Owen Hart. Both of them do actually quite solid in this match, with both being two very young guys in the business. We will take those kind of results from them right now. The Road Warriors then say, fine, we'll prove it. And they destroy the Armstrongs in just under 9 minutes. But it does take a bit of help from Haku, who gets involved to sabotage the Armstrongs, probably mostly in revenge for losing to them a few weeks ago, and then Jack Armstrong in the win over Samu. Yep, this match happened. It was not great, and we move on. Bret Hart has the video this time, and he says he is more than ready to face Mr. Perfect. They've fought 3 times before, and Bret has walked out the winner in 2 of them. Bret is the better man, and Kurt knows it. Bret Hart is more than happy to remind the world how Kurt Hennig's title run ended. It ended with a sharpshooter and 3 taps to the mat. Okay, and finally, a good match, and it's come from Shawn Michaels and Jushin Thunder Liger. I think I've underestimated these guys in this tournament so far. But Shawn Michaels does pick up the win over Jushin Thunder Liger, tag partner of Aeroflash currently, who did actually get a win tonight, so not making it 2 for 2 for the team. But Shawn Michaels gets the win, 13 minutes 04, using the ropes for leverage as well, just like his tag team partner, Rick Rude. But Shawn Michaels weak performer in the match, but not by much. And he finally gets 3 points on the board. And then, in our main event, I picked the right match. Oh my. The Firefly defeats Rick Martel with the lights out kick. 79 red from the Firefly. Another fantastic match. The Firefly has just been non-stop on fire this tournament and this year in general right now. Best work by such a far margin. 64 for the Firefly, 74 for Rick Martel. Complemented so well. And the Firefly takes the win and is off to a fantastic run in this tournament. Nothing needed there. Okay, I've got another elevation taping that happened the week after pay-per-view, so I will have to go do that now. Oh, I'm so good at this booking thing, aren't I? Where was it? Tournaments. In our blue group, in first place right now, on 2 wins and 0 losses, it is Kurt Hennig, and he has a match against Bret Hart upcoming. We then have Randy Savage, who's also 2 wins, 0 losses, and he's got an upcoming match, I believe, against Satanico at Heat of Battle. Yes, he does. Satanico versus Kurt. So Satanico versus Randy Savage at Heat of Battle. There is a very realistic opportunity here that we will end off Heat of Battle with every single blue group member on 6 points, bar Shawn Michaels and Jushin Liger. So all the top 4 will all be shared at 6 points apiece. We then have Orange Group, which is a bit more set in who's doing well and who is still struggling. At the bottom of the group on 0 points, Rick Martel is at 0 wins. He has had a really rough campaign so far. We have... words. Sorry. Atsushi Onita is on 3 points with 2 losses in there as well, but has got that win over Rick Martel. His last 2 matches do take place against Ricky Steamboat and the Firefly, so not easy opposition at the end of the day. Tied on 3 as well, Ricky Steamboat with only 2 matches alongside Tenryu, who also is on 2 matches, as those 2 will go head to head next episode to try and get the lead. Both are in very good positions they win, and far more difficult positions if they lose. Although Tenryu still has a match against the Firefly remaining, who was charging ahead 9 points in this tournament so far. The only other man within a match of him is Rick Rude, whose only loss was to the Firefly. The Firefly is almost guaranteed a final spot with a win. Actually, no, if I do math correctly right in this moment, yes. If the Firefly can get a win in his next couple of matches, he is guaranteed a spot in the semifinals. And leaving everyone else fighting it out down below. Next episode, we will have, and start off with Heat of Battle, Roddy Piper and Stan Hansen, Aeroflash and the Firefly, Satanico Randy Savage, Bret Hart, Kurt Hennig, and we will have the Armstrong family taking on the remaining members of the Wild Hunt. I will see you all at that episode, I hope. Until then, take care. Firefly out.